areas, coastal volcanic field. We got some old lava flows, old lava domes up in this area. Even if you go to the south, there's old volcanic activity down here as well if you want to go on Google Earth and kind of peruse on there. Don't have much time to do that right now, but just open up Google Earth, go to satellite, and just look at this area. And this is because the crust is very thin in this location, guys. And we notice, look at this, 2.8, 0.2 kilometers in depth. Look at all these depths, guys. Here, let's go to, we have a deep one at 2.1 at 10.6 kilometers in depth. And then another 2.8 just right before that, just a minute before that, at 0.8 kilometers in depth. So really anywhere between 11 kilometers up to the surface, we are seeing earthquakes occur in a very strange fashion. Notice how there are two linear directions of this earthquake event. And in my opinion, these are not just aftershocks. Of course, you know, they are part of the aftershock sequence, but something else is going on here than just a fault slipping, guys. Something else is going on here because it's just the high magnitudes and how long they lasted and just how quick they occurred. And you'll see the seismic data again in just a second. Just rapid succession, occurring so fast, some of them blended together, and you couldn't even tell them apart. And so something is definitely going on down here near China Lake, which again is a highly volcanic area in the past. Here I've selected largest magnitude first. So we see 450 earthquakes reported in the past 24 hours as part of this earthquake sequence, with thousands more probably not being reported because there are, trust me, there are thousands of earthquakes, guys. Even down little teeny tiny ones like magnitude 0.5s. Lot of, just thousands of earthquakes currently occurring in this area, almost constantly actually. There's really not 1 minute that goes by without one. The 6.4 deepened a little bit. They now saying it's 10.7 kilometers in depth. Let's go to the, oh, wait. And look at all these fours, guys. All these mid-range fours. 4.0, 4.0, 4.0, 4.9, 3.9, 3.8, 3.7. Wow. A lot. You have to go all the way down here to find a 2.0. So we are definitely seeing a lot of large. Notice we did see many foreshocks associated with this event. The tails, the codas of these earthquakes are lasting very long with surface stations. A lot of surface waves associated with these earthquakes. I do not exactly know why, especially when some of these stations are in close proximity. Again, these are foreshocks. These are before the magnitude 6.4. Even Caltech is also saying that there were indeed foreshocks prior to this. And some strange event, constantly. Some strange background tremor. I don't know what the background tremor is being caused by. It does not look like normal background microseisms in my opinion. But that's just up in the air right now. In just a second, I'm going to feature the seismic audio to most of this seismicity right here. And again, we have SRT in the CI network, one of the closest seismic stations to this event. We have a 0.8 hertz high pass filter to the 8th power. I'm going to turn down the power of the spectrogram just a little bit because it's kind of blinding how strong these are. There we go. That's a little bit better. Here's the magnitude 6.4 again that I showed earlier. Very emergent. Very emergent. Very strong surface waves. People reported that it was more of a rolling earthquake. People living far away. And notice, look, very low frequencies that we do see as part of this earthquake sequence. Let me go back. Let me zoom out. Look at all those, guys. Occurring in such rapid succession. That's crazy. Look at that. Still going, still going, still going. Look at that. And right here, it almost looks like no earthquakes are occurring, but there still are earthquakes occurring right there. Almost so many occurring at the same time, it's almost blending to create a tremor-like event. In my opinion, this style of activity only occurs in volcanic areas. I mean, of course, this can occur pretty much anywhere on a fault, really. But in my opinion, seeing how quick they are occurring, the fact that they're right next to a very active magma chamber that is being pumped for geothermal energy, and it's just the style of this event is just very peculiar, guys. It's very peculiar to see something like this. Now, maybe if we had a 6.4, maybe some aftershocks, yes, but the style of these aftershocks, again, very strange. And look at those strong surface waves for some weird reason. I mean, we see aftershocks all the times with other earthquakes on faults with nearby stations, and we don't see surface waves like that. Unless they are not surface waves. Unless they're not surface waves. That's very possible. Keep going forward, Lots of earthquakes, guys. Lots of earthquakes. Many. Pretty much too many to show. I don't think I'm going to be able to show all of them, guys, because I think we'd be here for pretty much hours and hours upon hours worth. I'm going to give you guys the seismic audio in just a minute, so get your headphones ready. We're going to take a look at the seismic audio and see how cool it sounds. And look at this, 2 earthquakes striking in close proximity to one another. A lot of these are magnitude 3s and magnitude 4s. Look at these lower frequencies right here. Look at that. That is a little too crazy to be surface waves, especially since this station is very, very close to the epicenter of this earthquake swarm. Oh, man, and look at this. This almost looks like it's not even connected to this earthquake. You see these lower frequencies right here? Look at that. Very strange, guys. Very, very strange. And the dominant frequencies of the lower frequencies are between right at the start of the frequency filter at 0.8 hertz and ends at about 2 hertz right there. Very intriguing, guys. Very intriguing. And when that lady was asked about volcanic activity, she did not look like she really wanted to talk about it, did she? I mean, really, in my opinion, as a amateur seismologist, volcanologist, I would love to talk about the possibility that this is volcanic activity. I mean, really, what would be the bad thing about it? I mean, maybe it's because it's the 4th of July. She doesn't want to freak anybody out because everybody would be like, oh my god, a volcano's gonna erupt! Because, you know, some people do freak out. But still, that doesn't mean you shouldn't tell the truth. I mean, the possibility does exist. And even the professionals, if you ask them straight up, is there any possibility that this is volcanic in nature? They should not say no. They should never, ever at all say no. Because this could possibly be a brand new fault or a fissure, an underground fissure opening up, especially how the earthquakes are lineated. And look at this. Perfect, like almost drumbeat activity, guys. Almost perfectly rhythmic. Almost. I mean, it doesn't carry a perfect rhythm 100% of the time, but you know what I'm trying to say. My computer's lagging once again. Come on, buddy. Still going forward. Look at all these aftershocks. They look weak, but a lot of these are magnitude 3s and magnitude 4s. Except for a lot of these. These are probably like magnitude 2s, mid-range 2s. Look at all that, guys. Look at that. Let's keep going forward. Look at the lower frequencies of a lot of these earthquakes. And notice how some strong earthquakes do not have these lower frequency tails. But some of them do. Showing that there's definitely something else than just tectonic activity going on here, guys. Very intriguing. Look how long the tail is for this earthquake right here. And look at that coda. Look at that coda.
Yeah, it's not letting me videotape. You can't videotape that. I can't videotape it. It's only taking pictures. It's still moving. Try to get it on video.